What's up? This is Tom Trap Barber on YouTube. My Instagram is at Tom Trap. Owner and operator Kingpin's Barbershop. Hashtag Kingpin's Barbershop. Check us out, Cheltenham, UK. Today I've done a clipper video. I've done a combs video. Now I'm going to talk about the tool which a lot of barbers are not that bothered about. I see is the scissors, and this is like the old school tool. If you can't use scissors, in my opinion, you can't cut. Everyone can fade. In England, we don't do a lot of like shaves on top. People want to keep a lot more length. I'm not talking this much length. I'm talking this much length. Okay, like slick backs, styling it. So you got to have your scissor game on point. There's a few options when it comes to scissors. I'm just going to run down what I use in the shop, different scissors that I have used over time. So you can, if you're thinking about buying scissors, you can get a bit of inside knowledge on what I like and what we use in the shop. So starting off with, we've got these Hatio scissors. These are not mine, these are my colleagues. I think they're what he started on. I started on, I believe, some Jaguar pre-style ergos. These are kind of your £15 scissors. Very light, they don't hold an edge very long, but they're okay. You know, the thinners, they're alright for a beginner. They're pretty good. You're just going to drop your scissors anyway, and it puts them off balance. They won't hold an edge very long. They're probably made out of like cutlery grade steel. I wouldn't recommend these for a top level professional. If you work in a shop where people come in a lot with really dirty hair, and you don't wash your hair, it's worth having some of these just to use it on that. It's their fault for coming in with such dirty hair. If they know that you don't wash hair in the shop, price accordingly for that. Secondly, like sort of going up the range, we've got these Kyoto ones. So Kyoto, Osaka, Passion, all made by Dower International. This is like a UK brand. I'd call it a mid-range scissor. These are probably Japanese 440C. Pretty comfortable shape, 6.5. Nice thick blade. So for barbering, you want a nice heavy blade, power through. You know, you're taking sections, especially for scissors or a comb. Nice heavy blade. These are pretty decent. They'd be good, you know, if you finish your apprenticeship and you're cutting daily, but you're not, you know, you're on an hourly rate and you're not quite, you know, earning loads of money or, you know, whatever. These are a good, about £99. They're a good option. Yoi also do, yoiscissors.co.uk. They do a Yoi chopper, very similar. That's a cobalt material, which is great. So yeah, this is like a good sort of mid to entry level scissor. Quite comfortable. Obviously, it's very preference as to what you like, but it's a good scissor to have if you're unsure and don't want to break the bank. Next, I actually won these in a competition. They're Kamasori. They're about £200, which for the quality of the scissors is pretty decent. They're made out of molybdenum, I believe. I might have said that wrong, it's hard to read. Steel, so it's a cobalt alloy anyway. These are really sharp. They're a bit small for my liking. I'm not really into the funky dragon. They're made out of a Japanese metal, but I believe a lot of them are produced outside of Japan. So Japanese scissors cost more because manufacturing costs in Japan are a lot. Okay, so you're paying for that as well. But these are really good. What I notice is the shape of this is slightly different. If you look at your traditional shear, it's got this little knob on here, and I want to get some better quality ones of these, because this bit of weight that they've added to the blade there just really, they feel ready to cut, really powerful. I would recommend these. It took me a while to use them. I don't know if I'd recommend all this fancy design work, makes them quite heavy, but they are a nice scissor. And I use them, you know, every few days when I have them. I see them and I'll pick them up, and they're a good scissor. Next is my beast. These are Passion Cobalt Crown in a 7.5. Really powerful scissor, cut through anything. Quite heavy, they're very long. A lot of people I see scissor over comb with small scissors. When you're barbering, you want a big shear. You know, I don't use the whole shear. I might only use this 1 inch, but when I'm scissor over combing around someone's eyes, ears, it means my hand's not near their face. Small scissors for hairdressers, they're pulling the hair out, sectioning away, it's long hair. I'm working tight, close. I don't want my hand or this thumb insert to be knocking in the guy's eyes or in his face, so this is taken out of the way. And I'm getting all that power from that cutting. Really good scissor. It's from Passion, again Dower International. It's a cobalt alloy. They're probably made in Japan. They might be made in just outside of where it's made. Doesn't really bother me so much. But yeah, I've had these probably 2 years. I've not actually sharpened them yet. They are due a sharpen. They've just started pulling now, and I work them hard. I probably do 50% dry cutting with these. Pretty good. I wouldn't use them for slide cutting. They're good for deep point cutting because of the weight of the blades. Yeah, but really scissor over comb. And I do layer the top with these sometimes as well. You know, you can get a nice layering use out of these for the top. So they're a very good scissor, and I use them daily. They're sort of my go-to. These are my workhorse scissors. I got these thinners. These are also made by Passion. I got them off Scissor Man. They're 6.5. They're 440C, Japanese, probably made in Pakistan. Handmade apparently. They're pretty good. They're 46T, so they don't take out too much hair. They're just good for softening lines. I use them to create a tapered mesh. A lot of barbers don't know what that is. You should Google that. Makes the hair grow up very natural, natural looking finish on hair. They're a good scissor. Thinning scissors, they don't need to use them. I use them if I need to. You know, if I want to add that texture or just thin out the top, or especially on a quiff, a big quiff, I'll thin the mid lengths, create some short lengths just for the quiff to sit on top of. Okay, so they're a good scissor. Lastly, these are my beasts. This is like a £500 scissor. Okay, now I know that's not top end, but these are the Mizutani Acro, handmade in Japan out of the finest steel you can get. Everything on this scissor is designed. They fit very comfortably in the hand. Everything's flat. These are very good for cutting straight lines. Okay, so I'll cut like this across the top. It's precision cutting. I wouldn't cut scissor over comb, for me they're too small. These are 6-inch. They are very good for point cutting. If you put your finger onto here, point cutting into a blend, just soften the blend up as you might with your thinning scissors. Really good for that, detail work. You can slide cut with these. They're extremely sharp. If you buy a pair of these, you are going to cut yourself. A nice point, quite good for getting into the ears and lining people up with them. Really good. Like you can see, I mean, these were like £200 and these were, yeah, nearly £500. And the quality and design, you can really feel it. They're just so comfortable to hold. I do want to get some different styles of Mizutani, maybe some longer shears, but they're really good. I can't complain about them. They're not great, because they're quite light, they're not great for really thick sections of hair, so you have to take your time when you're sectioning, but they're a good scissor. So that is basically my scissor roundup. I would say you need in your barbershop a long pair of heavy scissors for scissor over comb. You need a small pair of scissors, like 6 and below, for scissor over finger, and then some thinning scissors and possibly a cheap pair of scissors for, you know, guys with dirty hair or just people that you don't use your good scissors on. And always remember, when you are using your scissors, you hold them like this, okay? Yeah, and when you're layering, elbows high, okay? It's none of this. I see a lot of barbers on YouTube who are really good at fading, and they're combing the hair, they're not palming the scissors, they're holding them, and they're holding them open. It's very unsafe. You must palm your scissors. You can palm them either way. It doesn't make any difference as long as it's safe and out of the way. But yeah, that's the scissors that we use in the shop. Recommend the Mizutanis. If you can't stretch to that, Passion, any of the Passion range is really good. Thanks, and keep watching for more videos.